We are going to get started. I wanted to respect everybody's time. Hey guys, I know it's the last night of the month and we're going to make this quick. I did bring on a special guest tonight and I'm gonna let Tammy talk. I'm gonna explain what Tammy's talking about, but and then I'm gonna let Tammy get off because I know she's running for the end of the month and got things to do and I don't want to keep her any longer. But if you've got any questions, throw them in the chats. And if everybody will kind of watch that and we'll answer those with Tammy and then let Tammy go. So I brought on Tammy Hoyle. And the reason I brought on Tammy Hoyle, some of y'all know that they have released this 2x2x2 that's going on. And it's basically reaching out to 2 new people a day about the business, following up with 2 people a day about the business, and then 2 in-person face-to-face, whether it's FaceTime, Zoom, in person, whatever, a week business meetings. And it's all strictly business meetings. I mean, your products can be brought in there, but it's basically geared towards your business. So we're going to talk about doing that tonight. Try to mute everybody out. Talk about that tonight and talk about the branding. But I have not started to implement the 2x2x2 yet. I just haven't. I've started a list, but I have not started it yet. I wanted to bring somebody on that had, and when I was on Melissa's training last night, Tammy had made the comment that she had been doing this and that she was having some good results, had 6 people yesterday knew that she had talked to about the business. So I knew that I wanted to grab Tammy real quick. So I met Tammy Hoyle at one of Melissa's retreats in Gatlinburg when we were all shut down and doing our virtual, I think it was Fling. I think, was it Fest? It was Fest. It was Fest. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, we spent the weekend together up in Gatlinburg and had a great time, got to know her. She's a silver director with the company. She is a former teacher. And she is from, I was fixing to say New York, North Carolina. I know it started with an N, but from North Carolina. And Tammy can tell you whose team that she's on. I know Melissa has adopted her, like me, but super cool. I absolutely love her to death. Super proud of her. And she made Founders Club last year, at the very, very last hoorah, basically, and super proud of her for doing that. So she's really got it going on. But Tammy, will you unmute? You can kind of tell your story briefly if you want to, just to fill everybody in. But I would love for you to tell everybody how you're doing the 2x2s, who you're reaching out to. Is this a list you've made? These people on your chicken list, or these members, that kind of thing. How did you get organized to start your 2x2?
Sure. Thanks, Dawn, for having me. I feel honored to be able to come and just share with your team. And let me tell you, I am no expert when it comes to sharing the business. I didn't even have a business builder. I've been with Singular 4.5 years. I didn't even have a distributor for 8 months in. So if you're growing slow, I totally get it. But this, I'm just so excited about it because I feel like it's what I need. I can sell some kits, but getting people to come in and be a business partner with me has been a struggle. And developing them to a manager and then getting them beyond that to a silver manager. And that's where we're going to grow our team. If, you're wanting to hit new ranks, it's all about business builders. So this X brand partner is cool. And I know Dawn's going to go into further training with it, but I showed up to the Zoom that they had on Monday, actually the overview last week, the rollout Monday, and the video that they shared was so relatable. And the people that are behind the movement did a little video clip and they put it all together. And it's just people from different backgrounds, stay-at-home moms, it was so relatable. And I thought, this is what I need. So I know to take my business to the next level, I have got to bring on people. So after I got off that yesterday, I was just so fired up. And I was like, I follow up about products. But I have got to do a better job with the business because it's almost like, for me, I don't revisit it as often as I should. I'll bring it up, but it's not like I'm following up, 24 hours, 48 hours a week, keep sprinkling on them. So this is going to be a great tool for that. So yesterday I had 6 people that I reached out to. I saw someone in person. I was out running some errands, ran into her and TJ Maxx, and she had seen my pictures from Cabo. And she was like, girl, what are you doing to get to travel? So we did a quick conversation. I had an appointment to go to. I told her I would reach out when I got home. We have a breakfast set up for Thursday morning. She's a retired teacher that could use the extra income to supplement her income from retirement. So we have a face-to-face. A couple of the people, I'm looking at my list here, that I reached out to yesterday, a couple were customers. Our back office is filled with customers that love our products. And I went there. I had somebody finishing up an 8-day and she lost 7 pounds. And I approached the business with her again and got her on a vision call or inspire call, congratulations kind of call, with one of my accountability partners. And she was open to the business, open to posting. She hasn't upgraded yet, but she's sharing. And she actually jumped on a live Facebook tonight with me in our testimony group. So, I see it. And I'm making little Post-it notes with these people's names on them to put on my whiteboard. I don't know if you watched Robin Packard's training last weekend or the weekend before from Cala's retreat that she had, but she talked about she has like 5 that she works with each month. And those postcards or Post-it notes change. Some she keeps developing, some don't show much of an effort. They get moved. So all these people I'm connecting with, their names are on a Post-it note and they are on my board to follow up with. But so a couple customers I reached out to, a friend that, was wanting to talk about travel. And then I don't know about you, but I see people on Facebook all the time that doesn't matter what they post, they get lots of feedback, comments, kind of thing. So I was really bold today. Being a former school teacher, I have former students and their parents, and I sort of know what they do in the community. And this lady's an event planner, and everything she puts up is just like you get sucked into her post because it's just so cool. And so I reached out to her, asked about her son, which he's in college now that I taught, and started a conversation. And I just said, Kimberly, I know you see me posting, we're Facebook friends. I'm not sure if you know what I do, but I would love to share this and see if it would be a good fit for you. And she was open to it. So the video in the X brand training that Dawn's going to talk about in a few minutes, I sent that to her, said, take a look and we'll reconnect later. So I'm going to try to follow up with her in a little bit and see if she's had a chance to watch it. But it just gets that conversation going. And I think that video plants a seed that, you know what, I can relate to that chick. Or like for me, I was a single mom when I found Zingular. And I know Heather Medina in the video, she talks about that, being able to stay at home, not have to work for somebody else. So I think it's just the connections. And for me, being bold enough to say, hey, I got to share this business with people if I want to move up the ranks. And, that's just what I'm getting out of it. And I love that we're all coming together as a community, which our culture is amazing anyway. But now it's like people are sharing different people's reels and post and tagging people that are on different teams. These are my X brand partners. And, I think it is the best marketing for us as a company that I have seen in the 4.5 years that I've been here. So I am super excited about it. And I hope that gives you some idea of some of the people that I've been reaching out to.
Yeah, I love it. And I talked to Tammy Glowacki earlier today and kind of filled her in on a little bit of it. And I love it. I love the affiliation. I love it, the branding partners. I think with us and you being in the Jeep community, we see a lot of people that have affiliate links and that they're ambassadors for a parts company and stuff like that because they get a discount on their parts for their Jeeps and stuff like that. And that's all this is, that we just get paid better. We just get paid better. So I love the direction that it's going in, and we will dive in deeper. Have you made a list, Tammy, of who you want to reach out to? Do you have that list that you're gonna to keep on with the 2x2, or how do you plan on, keep finding those 2 new people each day?
I do. I have a starting list. Like yesterday was my first day. So today I had the 6 people I spoke with yesterday, I reached out to. There was one thing I forgot to share. I always pay attention to what people are posting. Another reach out I had yesterday, a lady was complaining about putting new tires on her car, and it was $1,000. And other people were talking about the inflation. And she was a lady that I spoke to when I first started 4.5 years ago, and she went with a different company. And I have followed up with her, but it's been a while since we talked. So I reached out to her. I said, Mary, I totally get it. It's like everything is, you go to the grocery store, it's different every week, no matter what you're purchasing, the price seems to be going up. And I said, I know it's been a while since we talked, but I would love to share this opportunity with you and see if it would be a good fit. And she was working, but I sent her the video. She watched it. She gave me a thumbs up. I followed up with her today. So those people yesterday were on my follow-up list today. But then you've got to come up with 2. If you're doing the 2x2,
Right.
You've got to have 2 new people to reach out to tomorrow. You can't count those same people. So I'm sure, like when you run through your warm market, I'm sure it's going to get to that point. But I think it's just paying attention on Facebook to what people are complaining about.
Right. Stephanie Wood asked, are you typing this out in a message, or are you voice messaging them?
Voice messaging them. And the thing with the video, it has verbiage. If you haven't seen it, there's a little bit of verbiage at the top of it, like, take a look at this video, give me a thumbs up when you're done. And then the next message is something like, glad you had an opportunity to watch the video. What did you think about it? And so it gives them a chance to, verbalize. She said, she came back with me with, which kit did you go with? Because it's an accelerator, I think is what it's called, kit, which is the Tummy Tamer and the X bundle.
Right.
And then it's just a basic. And I think that might have been either the Tummy Tamer or the X bundle. I can't remember. Yeah. And when I came in, it was the ultimate. So I just told her, I did go big, go home. Told her about the 45-day money back guarantee, that kind of thing. And so she's thinking about which one she wants to come in with.
Yeah. Tammy Glowacki, yes, it is the video that the girls had with the 6 of them or 5 of them or something like that. And we'll go into that in just a few minutes. So yeah, I love it. I'm excited I'm nervous about it. I'll just be honest. I am nervous about it. But I do have my list started. And I think I'm going to start with the members. I think I'm more comfortable starting with members that are just continuously using, that have been with me for 4.5 years or, whatever, and starting there and reaching out to them. Because like you, I think a lot of us, we don't follow up with the business as much as what we do with the products. We all follow up with the products, especially when there's a promo going on. Why are we not following up now when everybody needs money, with business? So I love it. I'm excited for you. I saw the excitement last night on Melissa's Zoom because you had just dove into it. And Stephanie, when I went to her today and told her what we were doing, she's like, I want to hear from somebody that's done it. And I'm like, okay, I'm reaching out to Tammy. Tammy's done it. And I know she has. So
and if you haven't looked into XDC, the promo that's coming out for February, they launched it, or they shared with it. It's all about distributors and helping make them money.
Right.
So
I love
some
it.
new free products, I think, for your customers.
Yep, new stuff coming out for February. So yeah, they're always doing cool stuff for us. So
They are. It's
anybody else got
wonderful.
any questions for Tammy? I don't want to keep her too long. I want to let her go so she can get back to prospecting and following up. Anybody else feel free to unmute and ask.
I have a question, Dawn.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Tammy, when you said, or maybe it was just now, Dawn, you said you're going to start with your members. As it relates to your reach out, are you going to use the script, that first script, or are you kind of customizing according to the person? Or Tammy, maybe you can share on that, because I am real excited about the 2 a day, but sometimes I'll get glitched up. Where do I start? What do I say? You know, how have, Dawn, what are you going to do? And Tammy, what have you done?
Tammy, go ahead and you answer.
For me, if it's customers, I'm just sort of looking back at my message thread to see what our last conversation was. And maybe just getting an update from them, you know, first, not to just dive right into the business. And then, you know, starting that conversation. I do a lot of voice clips. It's just quicker for me. You know, if it's somebody I've talked to them about the business, then I might just say, you know, you're loving our products. My first goal is to help you get to that weight loss goal, but my second goal is for you to never have to pay for these products. So let me lock arms with you and show you how I can help you make, you know, $200 to $400 in the next couple of weeks. Because what we heard in Cabo was that I think the average was like 11 days of being a distributor to earn back the first level and move into that second level of quick start bonus. So I use a lot of voice clips, but I customize it to where I finished up a conversation with the person.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And that's kind of that's where I'm going to go is to go back and, you know, just kind of goes back to what I was saying about Christy Bland's messages about, you know, reaching out to a new person. Have I talked to them about the business? Have I ever mentioned to you about the business part of it, that, you know, you continue on using products every day? My mistake the other day, I got a lady that tried to use her rewards points and she hasn't been on subscription. That's my fault. You know, she saw something about the rewards. So I'm going to go back and kind of direct it that way. Have I talked to you about the business part of it and how to earn a little bit extra money, pay for your products, you know, or make it a full-time income? I mean, because we all know that that's going to be there. So that's kind of my goal on it. So anybody else got any questions? All right. Tammy, I'll let you go. You can stay on if you want to.
Okay.
Will not hurt my feelings at all if you jump off. I know we're at the end of the month. But I greatly appreciate you coming on and sharing. I'm excited to see where it goes. And if you come up with any verbiage or anything that you like better than what's there, let me know and I'll share it with the group.
I'll be glad to. And I'm just excited about the Zoom tomorrow because with each one, they're rolling out new stuff.
New
So
stuff.
let's
Exactly.
finish the month strong. And it was nice to spend some time with everyone tonight.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
Tammy.
evening.
All right. Thanks, sweetie. All right. So a lot of y'all, if you don't know what Tammy's talking about, it all goes in hand. And we've got some people that have been joining in on the Zooms, and the Zooms, what she's talking about. There was a pre-launch and it's a group of them. It's out, Ashley Lewis and Jessie Joe. And I mean, there's just a handful of the Callis girls. There's a handful of them that had gotten together at Cabo and had mastermind that we need to go in a different direction as far as how we brand ourselves. If you think about it, everybody's got an affiliation link. Nike just released one that now that you can recommend Nike and you get, I don't know, Amazon has got their affiliation links. Everybody is wanting something from any recommendations that they're doing. If we rebrand ourselves to go in that direction instead of being a distributor and starting a business, and that's what they're gearing towards, is doing this affiliation link in this branding, the X Brand Partners. It didn't dawn on me. I see a lot of them sharing each other's reels and sharing each other's stories and that sort of thing. And I'm like, is that going to drive them to somebody else? And it's not going to. What it's showing them is that Zingular is a family and that we're not here to compete with anybody, that we are a brand together. And that's what I love. And the competitiveness in me in the beginning, when I saw them sharing, I'm like, you don't want to do that. That you don't want to do that. But it's not that. We need to let everybody know that this is a family. This is not competition. I don't, if you go talk to other companies, it's not about sharing what's working for somebody else. They hold it to themselves and their team because they want to excel quicker than anybody else does. And that's not what Zingular is about. So back to the branding. There's catch-up it's all in boards. All of the recordings are in boards under the X Brand. Steph, help me out here. X Brand
Partner, I think, but
X Brand Partner.
I think so. But I'm trying to download that board, and it will not download for me. Is anybody else having trouble?
I couldn't either, and I copied it like I copied it and put it in my own board, but it doesn't update. Like Stephanie says, it doesn't update. It
wants to open in boards, but then it doesn't push it into.
It is there. But it says like shared message, shared something. It's like a little.
It's at the bottom, and it says shared with me. You can't see my phone.
Yeah,
it's like a tray with an arrow, and
weird.
it says shared with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
how do I bring it up?
You
just click on it.
I did.
And nothing's in there?
It's not in there.
No. It wants to share it.
Huh.
I would try again.
So I had to go back into the messenger group that we were in, that Colette shared, that very first one, not the second one, but the very first one that she shared. And I had to click on it. And then it asked me if I wanted to open it in the app. And then I clicked that. And then it opened it in the app and I couldn't find it. But then I saw at the bottom, it had that shared with me folder, and it was in there.
It was in there.
Mine doesn't have shared with me anywhere.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. But so there are recordings. There's a launch recording of them from last week. Sorry about background noise. Sorry. There's a launch recording that's good to listen to, and they're all about 30 minutes. They're not very long at all. Then there's a recording from yesterday, and then there'll be a Zoom tomorrow at 1 Eastern time, and then Friday at 1 Eastern time. And I'm not sure if they're going to continue on going each week. I saw somebody last night say that on Melissa's Zoom that they were going to be weekly, but I don't get that impression that they're going to be weekly. I might be wrong on that. But anyways, it will get you caught up. Tomorrow they are launching the new and don't shut down on me on this, because this is something that I can shut down on too. They're releasing some new tools. And from what I understand, this is going to be basic tools, and this is all geared on our business. This is all geared on getting the new person started and it being so simple that anybody can do it. And that's what they were talking about and last night on Melissa's Zoom, they talked about, what's a confused distributor do is they do nothing. And that's kind of where I've been here lately, is I'm like, I don't know where to start. I don't know which direction to go in. There's a lot of information in boards and all that. So they're trying to dumb it down 100% to make it super simple for us. So tomorrow they're releasing the tools that they've talked about. Now, this isn't corporate run. This is just what the girls have done. And then Friday is social media, I think is what it is, with Heather Medina, maybe. or Christina Stoltz. I don't know. I think it's Christina. But anyways, they are going to go over some social media stuff. So I'm excited about that because those girls are like really popping on social media. There is a book that they recommended reading. I'm not a reader, so I've got it on Audible and I'm listening to it. Drawing a blank. What's the name of it?
Oh, the brand, story brand,
Building your story
the
brand.
brand,
Building your
build
story.
your brand story brand, whatever. Yeah.
Building your story brand. And I can get you the author's name on it. Maybe. Well, it
I
should.
think it's like Gilmore or something.
David Miller.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, or Gilmore.
Building a story brand, Donald Miller. And so I'm listening to it. Stephanie said it's a little bit of a hard read.
I'm listening too.
So, but I'm listening to it and taking notes. It's talking about how to build your brand, and it's not a niche. It's how to build your brand and what people are looking for, and not being sold to, but solving problems. And my notes are over there from listening to it. But solving problems, y'all. I mean, and that's what we're here to do. And the problems can be weight loss, which we're known for. The problems can be collagen. The problems can be money. The problems can be anything. And that's what we've got to start listening to our clients, our Facebook feeds. And I loved what Tammy said when she was looking through her Facebook scroll. I mean, because we do need to scroll, because you do need to see what's going on with these people to get to know them. But during your scroll, see if there's a pain point for somebody. And that's what they're talking about in this branding, is being able to help these people in their pain points. But Tammy talked about the lady buying the tires, so that was a good point to pick up. And, I'm quick to offer help with the products, but am very hesitant about being bold about offering the business opportunity to somebody that's never asked about my products before. And that's where this 2x2x2 comes from, is reaching out to people a day. So I'm excited about it. I get the correspondence because I see a lot of it in my world with the Jeeps, and I'm sure Stephanie, you do too, with the brand ambassadors for Jeep, her and Krog, her and all of those. They've got an affiliate link, and they get some kind of discount off of when they promote, but it's not much. I mean, quarters or pennies or dimes. I don't know. Hey, it's not much. So anyways, that's what I'm getting out of this. If it sounds confusing, it's really, really not. I'm excited about it. I haven't been excited about something in a while. I'm really, really excited about this and the direction it's going in. The video, oh my gosh, it's freaking amazing. I mean, it is. If you haven't seen it, you need to go into boards. If you don't know how to find it in boards, let us know. We'll share it with you. It is out of this world. What I would like for anyone to do that would like to take the initiative on it is, of course, they want you to do your own video because your story is going to be more compelling than these girls' videos if it's somebody that I'd like to have more of a mid-age video because a lot of these girls are younger, but they do hit every aspect. I would like to see that, and I would like to see a male video. Just some of the guys sharing their experience as well. Because we are a female dominant in this, but we do have men that want to come in too. So I would like to see composite of some guys talking, Michael Stoller and Freddie and whoever, but I think that would be a great concept for that. So anybody else that's listened to the lives, what are you taking out of it? The ones that are starting to read the book, anything y'all want to add? Feel free.
So I'm going to say that watching the very first 20-minute video gets you excited. And then, I mean, it just gets you excited because we're all feeling the same way. We are all struggling. And if we all bond together and do the X brand together, we're going to build bigger, better, faster. So if you haven't seen that, go listen to it. And then go in and listen to Monday's Zoom. It's not that long. It's very interesting. The videos are amazing. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to get you excited. The book, for me, I'm kind of like Dawn. I'm a listener, but I decided that, and I'm glad I did now, that because when people say that it's kind of a hard book to read, I'm doing the Audible and the book because I wanted to make sure that if I needed to highlight things, I had the book as well. So I thought, you know what, for $12, I think is what it cost. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the Audible and I'm going to, because I have like 12 credits and I'm like, well, I might as well use one, right? So I'm listening and reading at the same time. Get excited, you guys. Get excited. I'm telling you.
Colette, you've been doing the 2x2, have you not? You want to give any insight on what you have done or what's working for you?
Well, with the 2x2, I decided there's this job site that I'm a part of, because I was looking for home-based business and there's everybody commenting in there. I'm looking for something at home. I'm looking at something at home. So I would private message them and tell them I'd go through and pick who I want. Look at their profile, because I want to make sure I get good people who are looking. So yesterday I started this and I did like 6 people yesterday and just messaged them about, I have this opportunity, I have like 3 different messages that I made up to send to people. Somebody that has kids, somebody that's by themselves, somebody that's married or whatever, just to send them to each person. Cause I don't want to send somebody that's, where you have it, you're, 50 years old and you should do this. So it's if you're looking for an at-home job because you want to be with your kids, this is something that I'd like to share with you if you'd be willing to watch. And right now I have 2 people that I have to set up on calls now because they're interested. And I tell you, when I first started talking about the business, when you just point out, when you just want to, you get nervous, even though, you're just sending them stuff and, they don't know who you are, you get so nervous, like, I don't want to do this, but it's so easy. And I did that yesterday. Then I followed up with them today. And that's when I asked them about, let's get you in a phone call after they watch the video. Because one guy is, it sounds like starting your own independent business, but, the money to get started is what he's having a problem with. So it's like, okay, let's get you on a phone call with Troy or somebody that will get on a phone call. And I have another gal that I've been already talking to, and I haven't really talked to her about the business yet, but I want to get her on the call actually with you because she's a Jeep girl. She has a farm and there's nobody better than I would. So we'll set that up tomorrow, but that's what I do. You just go in there. Don't be afraid to send them a message. It's only 2 people, they're going to, because I've had one that said, no, I'm not interested. And it's like, okay, you just move into the next one, but it's working. And it's working wonderful and getting to know people here in Texas and because there's so many people that I know that I've seen and watched at work that are having issues with all different kind of things. And it's the best thing ever. So if they haven't watched the video, watch it so you know what they're talking about.
Right. And in my original, I was going to have boards on my computer and I don't, and I was going to play it for us tonight. And I lost track of time. So I apologize. So yes, make a list, y'all. Think about, I've got a list in my planner, on the back sheets, on my notes, and it's a list on who I want to do this with. My best friend is at the top of that list, and she's known about this for 4 friggin' years, 5 years, almost 5. and make that list, y'all. I mean, go through, it's like last night, that list is right there next to me when I'm sitting there watching TV or whatever I'm doing. And if I'm scrolling Facebook and I see somebody that jumps out at me, I write that name down. You know, if you're on Teamsy, then you put it in Teamsy. God forbid I can't get my brain wrapped around it again, but that's no excuse. But anyways, so write it down. Write it down. If you're a pen and paper, which I am, write it down. And you might have to scratch it off. It might not be somebody you know, it might be the most negative person in the world once you get to know them and you don't want to do business with them. That's fine. You know, but you don't ever have to bring it up, but make that list. Go through, because I am the world's worst about going, you know, she'd be kind of cool. She got a lot of influence, like, you know, you were talking about, you know, they've got a lot of comments and that sort of thing. And I mean, a planner like Tammy Hoyle was talking about, she's an event planner. Oh my gosh, can you imagine all the contacts that she's got? You know, and I've got one of those on my radar right now too. That's a product user. I'm just waiting on the right time. You know, that I want to do this with. So make that list. That list is going to change. But think of the first 20 people that you would like to be sitting in the Bahamas with next year on the beach, you know, drinking and having a good time with. I mean, you know, who is that? Who do you want that to be? And put them on the first part of your list. And all they can do is say, no, it's not going to friggin' kill us. You know, it's not going to kill us. I don't know if it was, I guess it was Christy. She was on Melissa's Zoom last night. All you're doing is you're sifting through the garbage. If they say no, they say no. It's not like you can't be friends anymore. They're just saying no to your opportunity, and it may not be right, you know, the right time for them. So anyways, but make that list. That's homework. That's homework. And I'm gonna challenge people. If you don't want to post your names, I get it. And that might be a little personal. But I challenge you to make a list. I challenge you to make a list and share it with whoever you feel comfortable sharing it with. There's millions of people out there. We're not here to get each person's prospects. You know, if I've got somebody on my radar that Leslie's got on their radar, it just eliminates one of them for one of us. You know, I mean, it just eliminates it. So what? You know, she's probably talked to them, maybe I haven't, or vice versa. So anyways, I challenge y'all to make a list. It can be 50 people, it can be 20 people, but you've got to have somewhere to start to do the 2 by 2 by 2. If not, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. I'm starting a 60-day challenge. A 90-day challenge, 90-day hard with Melissa and them tomorrow. And it's going to be based on this 2 by 2 by 2. I got to have a list. I got to have some guidance on where to go, or I'm going to be floundering around all day trying to figure out who my friggin' 2 people are. I'm not going to have 2 people to really follow up with tomorrow, but I'm going to start it. It's February 1st. It's time for me to, excuse my language, get off my ass and get to work. And that's what my plans are. So I'm excited about the movement. Anybody, I'm rambling. Anybody else want to chime in on what they're taking away from the girls?
I want to say, you know, I'm just, as far as making a list, I'm going back through my Teamsy. Anybody I've had a conversation with that I've spent 2 years trying to cultivate a relationship with, and I have not moved the needle. I'm just going in there with that. Actually, the Ray Higdon verbiage that Mike trained about the other night. And it's a cold person message that you could turn it into a warm person, say you've been talking to him a while. You don't want to say, I know we don't know each other. I just switched it to, oh my gosh, I just realized you live in Spring, Texas or whatever. I'm trying to grow my business there. And then say the rest of it. So,
right.
You know, I think it's going to be great. I think it's really just going to spur us on. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just do 2 by 2 by 2, figure out a message that you're comfortable with and get that out there. I think our biggest problem has been not offering the business. And then if they say no, pivot to the products. No worries.
Right.
Yeah.
Products and referrals. Yeah.
You're not getting a yes or a no if you're just saying, hi, I'm just checking. How was your Christmas?
Right.
You know?
And that goes back. And that's what I said on Terry's Zoom the other night too, is that's what Christy Bland was talking about when she did her training in Chattanooga, is when she sent birthday messages out, if she saw that she didn't talk to them and had not talked to them about, that's where she started. But if she saw that she hadn't talked to them about the business or about Singular, she would say, hey, I feel really bad. I've never told you what I do for a living that might be something that you're interested in as far as the products or the business, or, however you feel comfortable about doing it. So if it's somebody you've already got a conversation up and going about, it's easier, in my opinion, to say, hey, I have never told you about Singular. I am so sorry. Can I tell you about it? Can I fill you in on it? It's award-winning products, but the business opportunity is amazing, is absolutely amazing. Are you open into listening to it? And she voice messages. I mean, she voice messages. So, and Mike's stuff the other night, I'm sure Terry's Zoom is recorded. But Mike's info was really, really good on how to cold prospect. And as long as Tammy and Mike have been in it, I mean, that's kind of where y'all are at right now, and I mean, a lot of us are. So, and we haven't been in it that long. Steph, Tammy,
where's Mike's video, Tammy? Like, where with the cold calling, like, where is that?
You're muted.
It's not a video. It's literally a message that he sends, but you could do it in an audio. So it's in my boards under Ray Higdon.
Okay, thank you.
Cold contacts, cold messaging.
Your boards again? The
It's in
name?
my boards, taking action boards, and it's one of the top ones. It says Ray Higdon.
Okay.
But I'm adding it to my X brand board too, just as optional verbiage.
Tammy, where's his training though? Isn't that on your taking action page?
His training is, I think we posted it, but it was on Terry's, wasn't it? Her team.
Yeah, it was on Terry's, and it might be.
I think I shared it in Team Blessed. I shared it pretty
Okay.
sure. I was
Okay, I was
encouraging
gonna say
everyone
I'll
to,
make sure it's on taking action too.
I was gonna say it's probably in that leaders chat too, that a lot of us are in too, Tony. It was last Wednesdays, yeah, ours is Tuesday versus Wednesdays.
I think I put it in Hearts on Fire too,
Steph,
right after, because I was like, I'm gonna go after it.
Stephanie Foreman.
I have it.
So, have you got anything that you want to take away on any of the videos or anything that the girls that you've watched on the girls, or anything that you're excited about, or a game plan on how to get started?
Yeah, I am super pumped up about it. I cannot wait to get myself started. My goal was to get through today, and then I am going to get a 2-minute video, really quick video, so that I can follow up if they want, that follow up, that I'll be able to do my video and the girls' videos. But I think it's gonna be awesome. Chris Crump is the one who basically came up with this. He did the numbers. He's a huge numbers guy. And he said, if you talk to 2 people about the business, doesn't matter how you talk to them about the business, he was like, you will make Founders Club. You will have, he did like the numbers, because that just with the Madden, can you please turn? Thank you. Strobe light here. He said, if you stick with the numbers, you can't mess with numbers, and it just will pencil out. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I really think, if honestly, like Tammy, you were saying, where do I start? If you go download the board, if you just go to it, it's very simple. It's not one of those boards where you're like, what the heck? It's very simple. If you just go to reaching out, or if they message you. So there's 2 scenarios. Either you're going to reach out to them, or they're going to reach out to you, and you just follow literally 1, 2, 3, 4, like it's very simple. And I love their verbiage that they used. Maddie, can you turn that on, please? Thank you. Not that anybody needs to see me. I love their verbiage. They literally they say do your research, and that just means look at the person and be very intentional on who you're going to prospect. Like Dawn, when you said there is someone, like there's enough for everyone, there really is, because Dawn's tribe is not, I'm not going to go after Dawn's tribe. I'm not going after Colette's tribe. I'm not going after Stephanie Foreman's tribe. I'm not going after Tammy Milwaukee's tribe. I'm going after my tribe. And the way I am figuring out my tribe is I'm literally breaking down in a list. Where was I before Singular? Where was I mentally, physically, emotionally in one column? And then where was I financially and situationally in the other column? And I literally just barfed all over exactly what was I. And that is who I am targeting. So when I go and target, I am intentionally looking for building my friends list, following pages, everything. I'm intentionally going, okay, who maybe went to college, had a career, but now they're a mom, they have babies, they're missing all of their firsts, they feel horrible, they used to have time to work out, they used to be super active, they love to work, but they're unfulfilled, they don't even know what hat they're wearing anymore. They're white. Like, I have built this whole scenario. Like, I know exactly who my people are. That is what I'm looking for. And I think if everybody dials it in, and that's what the brand story is doing, the story, building your brand story. That's exactly what that book is doing. It's just doing it in a much more intense way. So I think the book is good, but when you go to that website, you will, there is a website, you join it, it's free, but you start building your brand story. And I think that's just where it gets, like, my brain is like, whoa, on that. But I think if everybody just dials down exactly, like I said, 2 columns, and you just literally brain dump everything you were before you found Singular, you will know who your tribe is. You'll be confident. You'll have your story. And then you'll be able to go and literally build your community and find your people. So I'm excited about it. I feel like I'm, along with learning a lot of other, things about social selling and all of that, and just like sorting out a bunch of stuff that has been so confusing in my mind, I'm really excited about this. I think it is definitely the next step. I definitely am. There's one thing, like, if anybody I need help in, it's and I guess that's where I just worked it out in my head, where I'm like, okay, so you find someone who needs 4 tires, they can't afford them. Is that my people at this point? Is my person that person that's out there, like, already brand influencing, super positive, like they like, you know what I mean? So do you go for the person that, like, can't, and I'm not saying not to help those people, you want to, but I'm saying is being intentional on where you're going. It's gonna be, do you know what I'm saying? So if you, like, I think dealing with that objection of, okay, I can't put 4 tires on my car, and then we're like, here, invest $500, we'll help you make money. That's where I get glitched up. That's where I need to learn, and that's where I need to grow, because that's where I'm gonna go, okay, this doesn't work. But if I go towards my tribe, the people I'm looking for, then it'll be it's easier. So if anybody runs into that, you get training on that, you know how to help me, please, I'm all ears.
I think it's all preference, Stephanie. It depends on where your heart's at and where your heart pulls you to. Me, I want to help them out of the situation that they're in, whether it's financial and I know you do too, but
yeah,
and this is just my opinion on it. If you strictly go after that one person that in it is you, or what you were beforehand, do you want your whole team full of you? You know what I'm saying? You won't have the adversity of this person does this and this person does that. It's all going to be not
Well, it's not gonna be, I'm not
Lots.
looking for exactly me for sure, because we don't need that.
Okay.
So,
Well,
do
see
you know
I'm
what I
saying?
mean?
Yeah,
But it's more the broader category of that that mom, that tired mom, but
right.
she loves to work and she's like super passionate, loves to help people. She's not doing anything that she went to school for, but she's goal driven, like those
Yeah.
types of traits. There's a
So-
million people out there that not just like me. I want diversity. I don't mean it, please don't don't think that I'm
Gotcha.
saying that.
Yeah,
I want that mindset. Do you know what I mean?
right. No, I get you. Just
It's gonna come in all shapes, sizes, age, everything.
right.
But
And
that
that's what
same
I'm saying,
mentality.
if you put your blinders on and that's all you're looking for, there might be another, Robin Packard that doesn't fit those in that box that you're talking about that you might be missing out. That's all. That's all.
Right.
That's all I was, when I heard you talking, that's what came to my mind is, but reaching out to that, it's just that's just, you've got to filter that out yourself. You've just got to figure out if you can be that person to reach out. And I mean, that's the way I've been with products, is how do you reach out to somebody with products when they can't afford their bills? So I mean, I get it. I mean, how do you reach out to somebody and ask them to spend, $200 to get started and they can't afford to put tires on the car or whatever. So, and they're going back to your story, and this, if I don't say it, I'll forget it. And this is kind of hard to say, but I was talking to Melissa yesterday, and she asked me if I was going to regionals, and then I just told her no, I can't afford it. And not that I can't drive it, it's 4 hours, I can drive it, I can't afford it, and I'm just being honest. So to share my story, and Tammy Glowacki and I were talking about this earlier today, it's belief, and to video record yourself sharing your story right now. If you're struggling, that's going to come out in your story. So you've got to find your passion again. You've got to get that back to where you were at that highest level that you were at, to do those stories, because if not, it's going to come across through that video. If you're going to do your own video, your weight loss, we're all, I think majority of us on here, other than Elsa, I'm not going to speak very highly of Elsa right now because she's doing the challenge, and I'm not sure who all's doing the challenge with her, but I'm not. But anyways, and Tammy Castronovo and her skinny butt. But anyways, I think a lot of, and I'm just cutting up with y'all, but I think a lot of us are not happy with our weights. And it's hard to believe in the products when, we're not at where we need to be. So think about that with your story. When you're writing your story, you might have to put yourself back to that silver director level, that executive level, that size, whatever, 20 pounds ago, which is where I was at. You might have to put yourself back in those moments that grab your attention and that you felt the best at, to be able to do a video story. So keep that in mind too, if you plan on doing a story. Your story is powerful, but they want it true too, and everybody slides. And I mean, I'm not candy coating anything, here with y'all. I'm not happy with where I'm at all, and the only one that can change it is me. Anyways, that was kind of my little rant on my story. But Elsa,
On the video too, I just wanted to say, I would encourage y'all to go back and watch them, because and I can guarantee on that, along those lines, none of us are where we used to be.
right.
And I totally get where you're like, oh, I get it. Take eating a big old humble pie.
Right.
But with that said, if you go back to their stories, you won't, I don't remember much about weight loss. I don't remember much about them talking about that. It was all
Business.
like where they were before
Right.
and then how their life has changed now. It wasn't necessarily, but I needed to lose. It wasn't, I need to lose 20 pounds. I lost 20 pounds. You know, it wasn't any of that. It was where they were before, physically, emotionally, financially, situationally, and how Singular has partnering with Singular. My life is here. And that's, I think when we focus on that part of it, that is going to be huge.
Yeah. And well, and Elsa just said they didn't talk about weight at all. And you're right, but even your business story, if you're not happy with where you're at right now, you gotta kind of take yourself back to that feeling when you hit silver
Mhm.
or you know what I'm saying, in order to make
Oh, you got to be in a good mood when you do it.
you've got to be in that frame of mind when you do that, when you do your story. So they spoke about how they felt and where they were at financially, right? And a little bit about their background and that sort of thing. So go listen to it. It's freaking amazing. I mean, the girls did a jam up job. Also, I listened to Lacey Friend's stories today. So this is time sensitive if you wanted to go hear how she is branding herself and kind of did a story, and it's lengthy, it's several frames long. Go listen to Lacey's story. I liked it. It was pretty raw, and talked about the business and that sort of thing. So that was a good one I listened to today. So all right, we've gone an hour. I didn't want to go an hour because of the end of the month, but any questions? Anybody need any guidance on where to go? If you can, jump on the Zoom tomorrow at 1 Eastern time. The link is in boards and also in Team Blessed. We'll bump it back up to the top. I don't know if it is in it or something like that, so we can find it. I'm excited. I don't know who else is, but I'm excited about this. It's going to push us. And you know, we just got to get people started where they can get started with, whether it's a bottle of Zing or bottle of collagen or the tummy tamer or, you know, whatever. And it's not about it. And that was something, and that one more thing, and that was something that Michael Stoller said last night on Melissa's Zoom. It is not all about physical appearance right now. It is for people. It is how's it going to make them feel? It's offering them those solutions to energy, to sleep, to stress, to better skin, to digestive issues. It's not about getting back into that pair. He reflected back. It's not about getting into that skinny jeans that's in the back of the closet right now for people. It's about surviving and feeling good. So keep that in mind too when you're sharing on your stories and you know, not spewing everything about weight loss. Highlight the products, highlight the different products that we have and what you like about it. So anyways, all right, that's it. That's all I got. Go follow up.
I have one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Colette.
I remember them when they talked about, because when you send them the flip book and stuff in there and it has those 2 bundles, you can go in there and change it. You don't have to use those 2 bundles to get them started. That's what they talked about. That's just a reference. So like I talked to one, they go, well, that's a little bit expensive, but you can go in there, you can change it to do what best fits them. So always remember that. You don't have to use those 2 to get them started.
Right. And you don't have to send them the flip book. You can just send them pictures, and the flip book's pretty cool. But you don't have to. So if you need help, reach out to any of us, upline, sideline, downline, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all here to help. Let's get this going. Let's jump on the bandwagon. Yes, ma'am.
So I was I went through and looked at the flip book in boards and stuff. And like Colette said, as far as like the 493, I think it would be great. And I don't know how you guys, if we're basing this on business and bringing in a partner as a distributor, wouldn't it be beneficial to us to put the $49.95 already in the bundle price that they're going to purchase? You know what I mean? Like, it's, let's say that we pick a 4 of our top products, or whatever is going to work, but put the $49.95 in there so that you're not saying, oh, for $493 you can do this, but oh, wait a minute, there's another $49.95 I got to tack in there. But
That's
if
a
we
good
put
point.
that $49.95 into that, and they're either an accelerated or what
I
is it,
think
basic?
that I think they did that, Steph, because people are coming from other companies. They're used to this. People have these, like, their buy-in is a lot more, and their monthly fees are a lot more. So I think they want you to know, like, you get all of this for $49.95.
Right. And I see that point. I'm just saying, like, as far as like, you could say, hey, you're going to get this, and included in this is your $49.95 fee, which gets you, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you would do it because I don't know how to make a flip book or anything.
Have
But
you
I'm
seen
just saying,
it? Have you looked at it yet? Have you
the
looked
flip
at it?
book.
No, it's not the flip book. They have their own. When you look to see what they've presented, you'll see it, how they presented
Yeah,
it.
that's right. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was a struggle to get on tonight just because I'm babysitting from 6 to 6. And Kyle's
Yeah.
like, don't you have a Zoom? And I'm like, yes, I do. So anyway, long story short, like, it's hard for me to try to go through and find where everything's at. I got to scroll down through this chat, and wait a minute, it might not be in this chat, it might be in another chat, and I got to scroll down. So that's when I was like, if we could put it in Team Bless folder and it said something about X brand videos, and I could go straight to that and I could watch them in sequence or however it needs to be, then it would just be a lot easier than me trying to hunt and peck all over the place. And that's just for me, because where I'm at right now, that's where I would find
No,
it to be
and-
helpful.
And something else, a lot of people aren't using boards because it's confusing. We can make a post in Team Blessed, and it's just X brand partner stuff, and we can label it the recordings from Zoom 1, 2, 3, or however we can do it like that, if that would make it easier. And it might get a little confusing if it's all in the
Whatever y'all want to do, I think it's easy to click on a link, and if you have boards, it's easy to click on the link and it downloads. Like, just for easy sake, if you want to, like, just know that if you click on that board, it will download right. I just put it in Hearts on Fire because that's where it lives, and if everybody has boards, that's where it is.
right. Is that Steph breaking up? Okay. My weather.
Okay, I
It's
see where
still-
she put it into that group. That's what it'd just be easier for me, so that I don't have to think, is it in Hearts on Fire? Is it in Team Blessed? Is it in this? You know what I'm saying? In
Right.
Messenger.
Right.
all that, so do it all out.
You're breaking up.
On it. I don't know, but y'all, am I cutting out?
Yeah, bad.
Oh,
Okay, there she is. Anyways, we got it figured out. We got it. Okay. All right. Like I said, y'all reach out, catch up on the replays when you've got time. They're great. They're great videos. They really are for all of y'all. And let's do this. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So thank y'all for jumping on, and I'll have the recording for everybody. Thanks, Steph. It's good seeing you. Thanks, ladies. Thanks, Elsa, even though you were my.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Stephanie. Bye,
Thanks.
everybody.
Good to see you
bye
guys.
all. Yeah, good to see you.
Have a good
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.